Hello everyone. In Call of Dragons, selecting the right heroes is crucial to your success, especially if you're a free-to-play player looking to maximize your time and resources. The game offers a variety of heroes, each with unique roles and abilities that can significantly impact your gameplay. Some heroes will clearly stand out, excelling in multiple aspects and outperforming others, while some may not be worth your investment. For this reason, it's essential to focus on heroes that provide the best return on investment, ensuring that your efforts lead to success in the game. When choosing which heroes to use, it's important to consider factors like your current in-game progression, whether you're a free-to-play or pay-to-win player, and what your specific goals are within the game. However, if you prefer a straightforward approach, sticking to heroes rated as S tier and A tier is a safe bet. These heroes are widely regarded as the best in the game and will provide you with a significant advantage regardless of your playstyle or objectives. By investing in these top-tier heroes, you can ensure that you're well-equipped to handle the challenges that Call of Dragons throws your way. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking characters in Call of Dragons. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Ordo, Kella, Chakcha, and Bakar. Ordo is a character you'll likely max out quickly, but after just a few days, you'll find little reason to keep him in your lineup. His abilities and utility are limited, making him a lackluster choice as you progress. Kella is primarily a gather hero, and while you'll easily max her out using tokens from silver chests, her usefulness doesn't extend much beyond that. Her role is incredibly narrow, and she doesn't offer much value in other aspects of the game. Chakcha shares a similar fate with Kella as another pure gather hero. You'll quickly max him out from silver chest tokens, but like Kella, his contributions outside gathering are minimal, making him a character that players often overlook. Bakar offers decent direct skill damage and an additional debuff that increases damage dealt to enemy legions. However, his usefulness is generally limited to being an early-stage garrison commander. He struggles to remain relevant as the game progresses, and it's unlikely he'll make a significant impact in future seasons. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Eliana, Alistair, Alwyn, Craig, Atheus, Pan, and Indis. Eliana is a hero focused on enhancing the tankiness and sustain of her legion, making her more of a support role rather than a primary force in battle. She's easy to build, especially through events that allow players to rally Dark Eliana legions and collect tokens. However, Eliana never really fits into the meta, making her more of a backup option when better heroes are unavailable. Alistair is a cavalry commander whose strengths lie in dealing damage to multiple targets. However, his focus on rallying cities isn't particularly useful in the early game. Cavalry heroes, especially epic ones, require specific playstyles that might not align with every player's strategy, rendering Alistair less relevant as the game progresses. Alwyn shines in the early stages with solid direct damage, a damage over time effect, and a march speed debuff. He pairs well with other magic heroes like Walder and Lilia. However, as players transition into Season 2, Alwyn's effectiveness declines, making him more of a backup mage rather than a key investment. Craig has a mix of strong direct damage, delayed area damage, and a useful passive buff. Unfortunately, his other passive skills are highly situational, requiring specific conditions such as flying units or building structures to trigger. While he plays a role in certain strategies, Craig isn't a top priority hero in the current meta, though he remains relevant in the flying meta. Atheus is a decent epic commander for open field brawling, with abilities that increase rage and provide a chance to heal. His bonuses are best utilized with flying units, making him a niche pick. While Atheus is a solid mid-term hero, his overall impact diminishes over time, and he isn't a character you'd want to invest in heavily if you haven't already. Pan initially appears to be an early-stage support hero, but in practice, her role leans more towards gathering resources. Her healing abilities are underwhelming, and while her attack boost and debuff removal can be useful, they aren't enough to justify significant investment. Pan is a character to use only as needed, without prioritizing her development. Indus primarily serves as a gathering hero, but can also offer some support capabilities. She's relatively easy to unlock through Dragon Trail, but her importance in the game is minimal at present. While Indus may become more relevant in future seasons, for now she's not a priority, and players should build her only with what they happen to acquire along the way. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Nika, Garwood, Tohar, Bertrand, Walder, and Guanwin. Nika is an excellent direct damage dealer, making her quite valuable for early game players. However, as the game progresses, her utility diminishes due to the abundance of stronger infantry heroes. The challenge with Nika is finding a perfect pairing, as there isn't a damage-focused infantry hero that complements her skill set. While she can deal damage, she lacks the sustain needed for a tanky infantry march, especially with the introduction of heroes like Goresh and Skogul, which has led to her falling out of the current meta. Garwood stands out as a defensive powerhouse, capable of healing wounded units with his active skill. He pairs exceptionally well with glass cannon heroes who lack survivability, offering a robust set of defensive and survival-oriented passive skills. While Garwood isn't known for dealing damage, he excels in exhausting attackers when garrisoned. Despite the introduction of new infantry heroes in Season 2, Garwood has maintained his relevance, as more players are adopting 2 infantry marches, with the sturdier one often relying on Garwood. Tohar and Bertrand represent a unique case in the current meta. As new heroes, they bring the magic flying archetype to the game, but they have yet to find a strong foothold. The pairing of Bertrand with Tohar is currently the only viable option, but the return on investment for building these heroes is underwhelming at the moment. While they may become more valuable in the future, particularly for those willing to invest early, most players might find them less useful right now, as other flying and magic marches are performing well without them. Waldir is arguably the highest-ranked epic hero in Call of Dragons, thanks to his well-rounded kit and easy build compared to legendary heroes. His talent tree is optimized for early-stage PvP, making him a top priority for players in the early game. Walder shined brightly in Season 1, especially with strong synergies among the top mage unit heroes. However, with the influx of more legendary heroes in Season 2, Waldir's dominance has waned slightly, though he remains a solid choice for magic unit teams. Guanwin is known for having the highest damage active skill among all epic heroes in the game. Despite this, her overall utility is hindered by a lack of strong passive skills, which limits her long-term viability. Unlike other epic heroes who can complement legendary units, Guanwin's role diminishes as players advance and gain access to stronger legendary heroes. While her damage output is impressive for an epic hero, she is quickly outclassed by legendary options, making her a good early game choice until better alternatives become available. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Kinara, Hosk, Thea, Forundil, Bakshi, Madeline, Goresh, Velen, Frhagar, Theodore, Nico, and Emrys. Kinara stands out as a formidable open-field hero in Call of Dragons, with her skill set focused on debuffing enemy legions, dealing substantial damage, and locking down targets, making her a top-tier choice for PvP. Despite her power, obtaining her through the wheel is costly, which places her slightly lower in the rankings. However, she remains an exceptional marksman hero, especially when paired with a war pet that capitalizes on defense breaks. Hosk excels as a rally leader, with his universal buffing skills, enhancing all stats and pairing well with any other hero. His passive skill further cements his role in rallies. While not crucial in the early stages of the game, Hosk becomes invaluable for those aiming to lead their alliance, making him a worthy long-term investment. Thea is a versatile support hero, known for her shielding and buffing abilities. While she struggles to deal significant damage on her own, she's excellent for sustaining legions, particularly marksman legions that need extra durability. Her universal utility makes her a valuable addition to any team. Forendil brings an intriguing anti-marksman kit to the table, potentially shifting cavalry into the meta. With the control-heavy skill set and the control tree at his disposal, Forendil shows promise for Season 2, although more testing is needed before a final ranking can be determined. His potential makes him a high A-tier pick. Bakshi is a powerful single-target cavalry hero, known for his potent buffs and skill damage. Despite his strength, he struggles against multiple targets, and building his skills can be challenging. Nevertheless, he remains a solid choice for those focused on cavalry, especially in flag capture scenarios. Madeline shines with her attack bonuses and shielding abilities, making her a versatile hero that pairs well with others who have active skill damage. Her anti-swarming tech and increased legion capacity add to her value, especially in tanking roles. With the introduction of war pets, Madeline has become even more adaptable and crucial for infantry-based strategies. Goresh has redefined the role of infantry in Call of Dragons, shifting them from mere meat shields to formidable forces capable of counterattacking and forcing enemies to engage. His synergy with Skogul has had a significant impact on the meta, making them essential for endgame infantry marches. Velen offers a strong control kit and excels in open-field combat, especially when paired with Lilia. While Lilia outshines him in terms of raw damage, Velen's ability to freeze and deal magic damage makes him a valuable asset. Although he requires a higher investment, he remains a top pick for mage legions going into Season 2. Freygar is a standout marksman hero with an impressive range, surpassing others in her class. Her kit focuses on critical hits and reducing enemy rage accumulation, making her particularly effective against behemoths. Her long-range capabilities set her apart, though she's most effective when targeting specific enemies. Theodore combines garrison and cavalry skills, providing extra defense and skill damage that cavalry units desperately need. When paired correctly, Theodore can become a formidable force, particularly in the later stages of Season 2. However, for the average player, investing in him may be a challenging decision. Nico is a reliable marksman hero with solid debuffing and damage capabilities. While he's accessible and easy to build, the evolving meta has seen him fall slightly out of favor. Nonetheless, investing in Nico is still a wise choice, especially for those looking for a dependable marksman option. Emrys is a fearsome cavalry hero, known for his high damage output and rapid rage accumulation. Despite the challenges facing cavalry in the current meta, Emrys remains a threat on the battlefield. With the potential rise of flying cavalry in Season 2, Emrys may see renewed importance, particularly in flag capture scenarios. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Lilia, Sindrian, Zeta, Skogul, and Magrat. Lilia stands out with her exceptional area damage, making her a formidable presence on the battlefield. Her active skill is particularly devastating, while her passive skills offer specialized buffs, one against darklings and dark creatures, and the other for magic units. Despite these being somewhat niche, her overall power, especially considering how accessible she is compared to other legendary heroes, makes her a staple in most magic marches. Even a year after the game's release, Lilia remains the go-to hero for magic units, consistently appearing in top-tier strategies, proving her lasting impact in the game. Cindrian's value truly shines in Season 2 when paired with Freyr as a secondary. This duo forms one of the most potent combinations in Call of Dragons, offering versatility across various situations. The addition of new artifacts and war pets further enhances their synergy, making Cindrian an indispensable hero for players aiming to dominate the battlefield. His adaptability and strength in various scenarios make him a must-have for any serious player. Zeta has emerged as a top-tier marksman hero, dethroning even Freyr and Cindrian in terms of raw DPS, especially when paired with Magrat. Her versatility allows her to excel alongside almost any marksman hero in the game, making her an invaluable asset for players focused on high damage output. Zeta's ability to consistently perform at the highest level in different team compositions has solidified her place as one of the premier heroes in the game. Skogul, alongside Goresh, has redefined the role of infantry in Call of Dragons. Traditionally seen as mere meat shields, Skogul's ability to force enemies to target him and suffer devastating counterattacks has had a significant impact on the meta. This shift has made Skogul and Goresh mandatory choices for endgame infantry marches, as their presence on the battlefield can turn the tide of battle in favor of their team. Skogul's introduction has breathed new life into infantry strategies, making them more than just a defensive option. Magrat is the new hero that every player wants in their garrison, or paired with Zyda for the highest DPS legion. Her versatility and raw power make her a standout choice, whether defending strongholds or leading an aggressive assault. Magrat's introduction has shaken up the hero rankings, quickly earning her a spot among the best. Her ability to elevate the effectiveness of any team composition makes her a must-have for players aiming to dominate in both offense and defense. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.